Have you ever thought, hey, you know what? A certain holiday is coming around and maybe I want to give a gift of manga to somebody and I just don't know what to get. There's just so much good manga coming out. You just never know exactly what you want to get for somebody, and lo and behold, someone makes a video just for you. Who could that be? Hello everybody, this is That Manga Dude and welcome to a very special video. Today I will be talking about all the cool manga that you can get this upcoming holiday season for a loved one, for yourself, for your friends, for whoever decides to read manga. I'm going to suggest series from across the board, from action to comedy to sports to romance. There will be quite a few different genres covered, so look forward to that. And I'm going to keep this one pretty straightforward. The manga I'm going to be talking about today will be manga that has released in physical in English in 2025, at least volume 1 and beyond, because if I decided to do any kind of manga, it would probably be the same like 20 manga every single year until those series end. So in order to keep it fresh and keep it interesting, that is how I'm going to keep this criteria. So it's going to be manga for 2025 and beyond. There will be 2 series that I will talk about, and they will be listed as so of ongoing series that I generally think you should be picking up if you have not caught up yet. So those 2 series will be the only ones that were previously released outside of 2025. But let's get started right now. Okay, you're looking for some good old-fashioned action, some good old-fashioned fighting and swinging and cool composition and things like that. I have 3 series for you. First up, this one is more for an adult audience. Just keep that in mind. If you are looking to buy for children, this might not be the series for them. And that is going to be Kinryo Rock Moon Age Daydream. This is volume 0. Currently the only series we have out right now, only volume we have out right now by Bingo Morihashi and Manabu Akishige. This is a really cool vampire rock action series. It is a lot of fun. Art is super gorgeous. Action is really fun and entertaining. Really is pretty well paced across the board, and it will keep you genuinely interested. I think there's a pretty interesting overarching story that's going on here, even though we focus on just a couple of characters throughout this volume. But I think the series is going to be really cool, and I think if you like action and you are adult or you have adult supervision, I think go check this one out. Alright, up next, it's going to be Kindergarten Wars from You Chiba. This is a really fun, action comedy series. It follows a story about these various people who work at this kindergarten, but lo and behold, they're all assassins or hitmen, or people who are very, dangerous, and are going to get their sentence in jail commuted if they work at this kindergarten, which are full of children who are part of families that are super important. So whether they're politicians' children's or and people like that. Basically, people of high standing. So there's a lot of people, a lot of assassins, and a lot of kidnappers who are trying to come after these kids. So these kindergarten teachers have to defend them, and that's why it's called Kindergarten Wars. It's hilarious, it's strange, it's fun, and yeah, it's a really great time. I think this one is genuinely really fun. 2 volumes are currently out in English. You should go pick that up while you can. Alright, up next, this is a series that people have been begging for in English, and we finally have it. That is Baki the Grappler. This is volume 1, but there are currently 4 volumes out. This series is by Keisuke Itagaki, and it is the classic action series. It's super over the top, it's ridiculous, it'll have you going what? But man, it is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying every single volume that I've received. I've received 2 volumes from Kodama Tales, so this isn't an ad for them, but I do appreciate them sending these volumes. But to be genuinely honest, these have been great. I've had a really great time with them. It's been a lot of fun, and I think you will enjoy it too. If you just want to watch some good old-fashioned dudes beating up the crap out of each other, I think you will have a great time with Baki the Grappler. Alright, coming into the drama section. So I have 3 volumes that, they're all in drama, various types of drama, I like to say. So first one I'm going to talk about is a short story collection. That is Tamaki and Amane by Fumi Yoshinaga. She is a very famous mangaka, has made a lot of work. A lot of her work has been brought to English. This one specifically follows the story of various people from various timelines in history, named Tamaki and Amane, and it's about their stories with one another and engagements with one another. There are some absolutely fantastic stories, some real tearjerkers in here. It's really thought-provoking ones as well. I think like my favorite story specifically is the World War II story, as well as like the Neighbors story. So if you've read it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I think you'll have a great time. It's very classic Fumi Yoshinaga. She's really great at making character drama, and just really good at making some very lovable and very complex characters. Even in like short stories like these, you can really learn a lot about these characters just from the small interactions that you get inside of the volume. So yeah, highly suggest checking this out. It's a great time. Alright, up next, I received this one from Manga Mavericks Books, and it is on my short list for one of my favorite manga of the year. That is going to be Alternative Self-Liner Note, and that is going to be from Chiaki Yagura. It follows a story about this girl here, who is in her 20s and has kind of reached this age, and she's kind of in like this strange little limbo of like she doesn't know like what she wants to leave behind if that were the case. Like she's kind of lost in a strong sense of imposter syndrome and also like art block as well, and it's just kind of trying to figure it out, and it's really deep. It's very interesting. It really gets you thinking. If you are an artist, I highly suggest picking this up because I think you will find a lot of solace in it. It's a very well written work, but the art is also absolutely gorgeous. Has a really fun little sketchy style to it that was just really cool to read. I don't know, there's something about this style that's just so interesting, and it's a pretty short read as well. You know, coming in around like 50 to 70 pages. So it is a fast read, but it is a series that I highly suggest you can reread and reread again, and you'll still be able to glean things out of it every single time you read it. So I highly suggest this. This is a really great manga. Alright, up next, this one is kind of like a drama mystery. This is Stardust Family from Aki Poroyama. This is follows a story about like these various kids and this world in Japan where they've created like basically like a test in order to deem parents able to raise children. So they have like they kind of like have to pass all these tests, have to get all these licenses and stuff, and their final test is like they take in this child and they have a couple of weeks that they have to live with them, and then by the end of it the child gets to decide if these parents are deemed worthy enough to have children. It's a really interesting concept. You know, it talks about it's kind of like tackling the topics of like moral ethics and kind of using children to for like gain and things like that. So it's a really interesting like concept and really, really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I think the plot twist is also great as well. So if you're looking for kind of like an interesting like mystery drama with a lot of really tender moments as well, I think you'll enjoy Stardust Family. Alright, coming into one of my favorite genres, it's sports. There is a lot of sports manga that are released in English, I'm not gonna lie. I chose 5. I would say like a couple of them are kind of like loosely sports, but you'll see when I explain it. So first up, I'm gonna talk about like an actual full-on, this is definitely a sports series. It's going to be Dogs Red from Satoru Noda. This is an absolutely hilarious, really fun hockey series by the same mangaka as Golden Kamui. So if you have a loved one or a friend or family member who really enjoyed Golden Kamui, I think Dogs Red will be great for them as well. It follows a story about a former ice skater after having like kind of like a mental breakdown. He kind of moves back to the countryside and accidentally kind of sort of joins a hockey team, and now he's learning how to like play hockey and kind of jump from solo skating into a team sport. So very interesting transition, but it's a lot of fun. It's really great. It's got fantastic art, as what you would expect from Satoru Noda, and yeah, you can really tell that he definitely studied hockey and like how it's played, how it's like how it moves and all this stuff, because all of the art is just on point and looks exactly how you would expect a hockey series to look. And yeah, it's just a really great time. Characters are hilarious, characters are a lot of fun, and I think you will enjoy it regardless if you like hockey or not. Okay, up next, this is, yes, this is like, I will say this is a child-friendly manga, but it can be read by anyone. It's really great. That is going to be Mai Matsuda's Hikaru in the Light, and I say this is like a sports series because it kind of is. It features like competitions and rivalries, things that you would typically expect from a sports series, but it follows this girl here who's always dreamed of becoming an idol, but kind of feels like she has to take over for the family business, which is like this big bathhouse, but after like a new opportunity arises for her to be able to kind of participate participate and become an idol, or have the chance to become an idol, she takes that leap, and it's kind of her jumping into the light, as the name suggests. And it's in full color, which is really flipping cool. The art is really pretty. The colors are really well done. Great paneling, great character designs, and just a really enjoyable read from start to finish. I think this is going to be a fantastic series. It's already finished technically in English. It was originally published on Azuki, which is a digital manga platform, but got its official print release from Scholastic, which is really cool. So I'm excited for the next couple volumes, and I hope you enjoy it if you decide to take it on. Alright, up next, another child-friendly but also very enjoyable for adults. That is going to be Beyblade X from Homura Kawamoto, Hikaru Muno, and Posuka Demizu. Really crazy, like, mix of people who worked on this series, but it's a really, really fun series all about Beyblade. I don't care if you like Beyblade or not, it's very entertaining. The art is absolutely gorgeous, as you would expect from Posuka Demizu, same mangaka behind Promised Neverland. And the story, pretty straightforward, but it doesn't need to be super crazy or anything. But the characters are great. I love the character designs. They are very reminiscent of old school, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And with like the ridiculous hair and all that kind of stuff, so I genuinely love it. But yeah, it's really fun, and I think you'll have a great time with it regardless if you like Beyblade or not. Alright, somewhat akin to Hikaru in the Light, but I would say is more towards like a teenage audience, but still can be read by just about anybody, and it's absolutely fantastic. That is going to be Girl Crush from Midori Toyama. There are currently 3 volumes out for this series, and wow, what a stunner. This series is so entertaining and is so good. Follows the story about this girl here who's always tried to like be a perfectionist at first because she wants to get approval from a boy that she really likes, even though he's never really given her like that time of day in that kind of way. But after she meets somebody who's like aiming to become a Korean K-pop idol and gets the attention of the boy she's always liked, now she wants to become an idol as well. But as she proceeds through this like whole entire process, she learns that what she truly wants to be and what she truly wants to do, regardless of the boy's approval or not. And I think that's really cool about this story, is that like you get to see this transition from kind of like a romantic drama into more of like a sports series and like coming of age story, and it's really well done. I have been absolutely loving this series. I have been talking about it a lot on this channel because it deserves all the praise it gets. It's fantastic, and the art is so cool, so dynamic. The posing is super strong. The art is just like intense, but also can like really pull it back and rein it back and give you some like nice like quieter moments. And I don't know, it's just a very well-rounded series. Really great, and it's a kind of a nice insight into the idol industry as well. And yeah, I really like it for those various reasons. And last but not least, for the sports category, that is going to be The Climber from Shinichi Sakamoto, Jiro Nita, and Yoshio Nabeda, and Hiroshi Takano. This is a very classic series, a very beloved series that finally got its English release premiere here. And yeah, it's really, really cool. It has some absolutely intense art, and just like some genuinely fun characters. It's all about mountain climbing and just kind of climbing in general, so it's really cool, actually. It can get kind of ludicrous, but that's kind of what I expect from Shinichi Sakamoto. He does occasionally will sneak in that kind of like, just like, what was that kind of thing. Obviously that can be attributed to Yoshino Nabeda and Hiroshi Takano's story writing, but Shinichi Sakamoto does bring that story to life. So you get like this like kind of like interesting mix of like realism, but also just some wacky like, what? No way, man. And I kind of love it for that. So yeah, if you're looking for a climbing manga, The Climber is fantastic. Okay, coming into a genre that I have been enjoying for a while, really, but I would say it's really come into my own. I've kind of realized how much I love historical fiction specifically, and there are 3 series that I'm going to talk about right now that I would say are very, very good and you should definitely check out. So first up, it's going to be Snegorochka of the Spring Breeze from Hiroaki Samura. It follows the story about these 2 characters here who have inherited like this kind of like Russian summer home, and it appears they're trying to look for something, but what that something is unbeknownst to them, or unbeknownst to you, the reader, and you get to learn that as we read throughout this volume. But this takes place during like the USSR's reign during World War II and kind of during that era. So it's got a lot of really intense moments. This is definitely for an adult audience, so just keep that in mind. Not really for children personally, but It's extremely well done. Hiroaki Samura, if you don't know, is the mangaka behind Blade of the Immortal, as well as Wave Listen to Me, and a lot of different series. But yes, Sneguruchka, the Spring Breeze is a really great one-shot. You'll have a great time with it. It's very intense. It'll have you sweating, but it'll have you always so like kind of rooting for them to like be able to find whatever they happen to be looking for, as you get to learn about this very complex web of characters and lies and truth and all these things. So it's really well done, and I really enjoyed it. So definitely check it out if you like historical fiction. Alright, up next we have ourselves A Witch's Life in Mongol by Tomato Soup. This is all about a very intense kind of like moment where this girl here is living, is trying to live her life, and then after her city gets invaded by the Mongols, as the name suggests, she gets kidnapped basically and is taken to become kind of like a slave, kind of not really. You'll have to see. But don't let the art fool you. It can be very violent and can be very gory in a way, but man, is it really well done. The art's genuinely very interesting. The styling is very unique and totally something that is very new to me in Japanese manga, so I really enjoy it for that reason. But the storytelling is on point, top notch, fantastic stuff. And like I said, the art's gorgeous. The story is genuinely very interesting, and the characters are all really well written, regardless if you're supposed to like them or not. So if you're looking for more of like a kind of a Mongol Empire type of historical fiction, you should check this one out. And then last but not least, it's going to be Neighborhood Craftsman, story from Kanda's Gokuracho, from Akihito Sakaue. This is a manga all about different craftsmen in this area known as Gokuracho. So you have a lot of like different kind of craftsmen, and it's just really, really cool. I don't know, there's something about it. Definitely more slice of life than like an actual full-on story in comparison to the other two historical fiction series. But very, very great. Just like really entertaining to read and see like just how much detail and how much information the mangaka is giving to us about these like different artisans and how they go about their day doing their various jobs. And I just really enjoy it for that reason. Obviously the art is just stupendous. I mean, like so much attention to detail, absolutely gorgeous regardless of which artisan we're talking about, but a lot of great different kinds of artisans, and I'm really excited to continue reading this one when the next volume comes out. Okay, we have ourselves the rom-com section. So I have two rom-coms that I'm going to talk about. One of them is Mechanical Marie from Aki Akimoto. This just recently got an anime, I think in the last season or this season, but it follows the story of her, who is a kind of like this supposed robotic maid for like this super important guy. But lo and behold, she's actually not a maid. She is actually just a girl who has a very, very good poker face. And now she must act like a robot because this man absolutely hates liars and absolutely hates and despises people. So she's kind of living that double life. It's genuinely really funny. The art's great, and I love the characters. There's just so many really, really, really funny moments. And there's like a lot of pots, where it feels like she's gonna break, but she doesn't, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really funny. And I'm excited to continue reading the series as we get more volumes. Alright, up next, this is Fall in Love, You False Angels, from Koko Uzuki. This is a story of two of the best students in the school, but lo and behold, they got a little bit of a different side to them. They are false angels, as their name suggests. And yes, it's about them developing a friendship and eventually, hopefully, maybe, possibly, a relationship. It's pretty funny. I really like it. I think the art's really good. There's a lot of really good moments as well. This is one great one. For example, Koko Uzuki has just really great at drawing like character expressions and character designs in general. So yeah, if you're looking for just a fun kind of like liars rom-com, I think this will suit your fancy. Okay, coming into the mystery thriller section, I only have one volume here, and that is going to be Adabana from Non. This is a really interesting one, because so it follows the story about this girl here, who has murdered her best friend, and has now given herself up to the police, and now the police and you, the reader, must try to figure out what is going on here, because something seems definitely off, one with the murder, one with the supposed killer, and a variety of other aspects of this story. So it's really interesting, definitely told from various viewpoints, which I think is really fun as well. We get kind of an unreliable narrator. I won't say who is the unreliable narrator, but really great. It'll keep you on your toes. Just keep in mind there are a couple of trigger warnings. I will just say that right now. I will say look those up before you decide to read this, because this series can get very intense very quickly. So just keep that in mind before you decide to dive into it. But it's a very good mystery thriller, and I'm excited to continue reading this one. Excuse me. Now, coming up to Slice of Life. I have a few Slice of Life series here. One of them that I just could not find for some reason. I have listed a Slice of Life as well as Coming of Age, but that is Spacewalking with You by Inahiko Doranada, and I don't know where I put it, but I genuinely really like that series. It's a very good series following the story about this hopefully not delinquent, who just kind of has a hard time focusing and just being able to remember things. So he's gotten into a lot of trouble for that. But after he meets his eccentric new classmate named Uno, it's like about them kind of developing a friendship and learning about a variety of different things about each other and about themselves. So it's really well done. I really enjoyed the first volume, and I think it has a very interesting set of topics that it talks about, especially about talking about children with autism and the struggles that they deal with on the daily. So it's really well done. I really enjoyed that first volume. I wish I could find it, but no, definitely worth picking up. Coming up next, we have ourselves Sumiki Ogami's Not So Ordinary Life from Miyu Morishita. Just a really enjoyable little school life series following a story about this boy here who goes to school and is among all these various hybrid monster people, which is really cool. Meets this girl here who is a wolf girl, and they become fast friends, and it's just kind of about them and their friendship with one another, as well as their friendship with the various of the characters meet throughout the story. So I really turned around on the series. I was not super hyped about it when I got the first volume, but I have been eating it up with every volume that comes out. It has just been very enjoyable. It's really fun. The art's great, and the characters are very well done. Alright, a little bit of a different kind of slice of life. This is You Can Live All on Your Own by Mizoko Suno. There are 3 volumes out, and that is the entire series, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I just wish that this series was longer, but wow, it's a really well done story following the story about these 3 women here who all live with one another, are getting older, and have have various pursuits in life that they want, some for love, some for their job, some for their career, and it's all about them trying to tackle on these themes and all these, not themes, sorry, tackling on all of their desires, as well as trying to balance life and work. And yeah, it's just a really interesting and thought-provoking series. It's just really well done across the board. You get to see the plight of these various women, and just kind of how it reflects on life in Japan and just life in general for women across the board. And I just really enjoyed the 2 volumes that I have read of the series. I just bought the 3rd volume. I will be reading it soon. But it's a really great slice of life series. Definitely give it a shot. Okay, this one's more of a romance series. I didn't know where to put it. I was going to try to put it in a rom-com, but it's not really a comedy series. But that is A Star Brighter Than the Brighter Than the Sun from Kazune Kawahara. Follows the story about these 2 friends from childhood who are now older now. She's kind of this taller, big girl. She's really not that big. She's 5'7", I think, or something like that. She's really not big. But now the boy that she grew up with is huge. He used to be the tiny guy, the crybaby, but now he's this big guy. And she's kind of found out now she's smitten with him, and lo and behold that he may be smitten with her as well. So it's about them and their miscommunication and them not being able to truly confess their feelings, and it's adorable, it's cute, it's wonderful. I love them so much, and I'm excited to continue reading about them. Alright, coming into our final stretch, we have one more Slice of Life series, and that is going to be Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku from Norishiro-chan and Sakura Uozumi. Yeah, this was really enjoyable. I just got this actually in the mail from Yen Press, so I thank you again for the free copy, and I will be talking about this more in my reading log if you haven't seen this in any of my videos, because I have not God, I have not talked about it yet, but yeah, it follows a story about this like big otaku. He loves like this like kind of like young girls like anime. He's a huge fan of it, and he comes to find out that like one of these other girls that is a gyaru also really likes it, even though she's totally lying through her teeth. So it's about him kind of accidentally becoming friends with the two gals, and it's just really funny. I don't know, it's just like entertaining. It's little, it's like charming. Yeah, they like, you know, they're kind of sort of maybe possibly falling for him, who knows, but I still very enjoy this, and I think it's a really great time. It's a really fun little slice of life series, so if you like the classic like otaku x someone who's not otaku, I think you will enjoy this series. Okay, this is one that I didn't know how to list because it's kind of a slice of life, it's kind of historical fiction, it's kind of a bunch of things really. It's also kind of none of them either, so I'm putting this in its own place, and that is going to be Veil from Koteri. There are currently 2 volumes out of this series, and it is absolutely remarkable. The art in this alone is totally worth it. Like, even if you don't really care for the story, because there really isn't a story, I mean, like, it's pretty straightforward. Most of the time they're just kind of doing stuff together, but the art is absolutely gorgeous. It's like basically buying an art book with every single volume, and just for that I highly suggest picking this up. It's genuinely gorgeous, and I get super excited whenever we get another volume out. So love the 2 volumes that I have, cannot wait for more. Now, for the 2 ongoing series that I suggest you should check out, they are very different from one another, but they are both very, very good. First up is Fool Knight from Kasumi Yasuda. This is volume 6, which is one of the newer / newest volumes to come out for the series. But this is a really awesome dystopian sci-fi series. I love it to death. I've talked about it so much on this channel. It's like beating a dead horse at this point. But I really love it. It's got unique art. It's got fantastic characters. It's got an interesting world. Very well done and complex characters and character arcs, character stories, and just an overall kind of like interesting mystery that's going on with the entire series. And like just tackles so many different kinds of themes and topics, and it's just done really well. Highly suggest checking this one out. And then last but not least, this is Fragrant Flower, Blooms with Dignity. This is from Saka Mikami. This is the classic Romeo and Juliet story. But man, oh man, do I really love these characters' dynamics. I really enjoy the focus on not just the relationship, but like the friendship that they have with one another, and watching these characters kind of grow and, you know, be around one another, and watching them kind of change and, like, you know, in positive and negative ways, and just like it's, I don't know, it really genuinely feels like just a very well done like slice of life / coming of age story. I very much enjoy these characters. I love their dynamics with one another, and I love how the characters are growing, some faster than others, and I appreciate it, not all of them being, you know, super fast, but I really like it. It feels genuine, it feels real, it feels raw, it feels visceral, and I just love reading every single volume. And the anime is also absolutely fantastic. So yes, that's going to be it for this good old-fashioned buying guide, if you want to call it that. This holiday shopping guide. That's the word. The holiday shopping guide. Are there any series that now you are very interested in picking up for yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Are there any series that you are going to pick up for a friend or, you know, maybe a loved one? Let me know in the comments below as well. And are there any series that you would suggest people picking up this holiday season? Let me know in the comments below. And you know what to do. You can like, you can comment, you subscribe. Those are all amazing things, and I really appreciate it when you do that. And thank you so much to Dragon Bugs. You are my boy, the king, for being a top tier member. He gets access, or sorry, I don't even know they get access to special videos just for them. I recently put up a video of like other things that I've been picking up, whether that be novels, movies, and music I've been listening to. So if you want to hear my other opinions on stuff that's not just about manga, you should go become a member. And even if you don't want to become a member, that's totally okay. Your support means the world to me, regardless if you are a member or not. But Dragon Bugs, love you, man. You are awesome, whoever you are. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.